everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as you can see, I have a stack of books here, and that's because I want to play a little game. So I don't know if it's because of the gift buying season, Christmas time, and all that, but I have had an explosive increase of book buying since probably the beginning of November. These are pretty much all I've bought since November, which, looking at it, it's a lot. It's a lot. But there's this thing where, you want to read a book, but you have so many options that you have this like decision paralysis. And that sort of is what has happened to me. I have all these new books that I want to read, and obviously a lot of books on my TBR that I want to read, but I really want to read something from all these new books I bought. But I don't know where to start, and I look at them and all of them seem very interesting. So I thought I'd do something that I've seen Jack Edwards, who is a booktuber here on YouTube that I'm pretty sure you all know. A few years ago, maybe, he did like a tier ranking of opening lines in books. And so I thought I would do that to try to narrow down what I want to read. So the book that comes top of the list will go into my immediate TBR to read. So I have them all here, and we're just gonna go from the top to bottom and order them in the most interesting to the least interesting opening lines. So here we go. So first we have Orbital by Samantha Harvey. This is a space opera where it's a snapshot into the daily lives of 6 women and men traveling through space. So the opening lines, let's see. Rotating about the Earth in their spacecraft, they are so together and so alone that even their thoughts, their internal mythologies, at times convene. Now that's pretty good. That's pretty good. We only have one book so far, so that's gonna go at the top. Next, I have a poetry collection by Langston Hughes called Blues in Stereo. And the opening lines of this one are, well, first there's an introduction, but we'll skip the introduction and go straight to the first poem. A song to a Negro washwoman. Oh, washwoman, arms elbow deep in white suds, soul washed clean, clothes washed clean. I have so many songs to sing you, but could I but find the words. Like, I'm interested in reading the rest of the poem, but I don't know if that's like something like really grand. I like the feeling that there is grand, but for now it's going to go under Orbital. Next, we have We the Animals by Justin Torres. And it's a book about, I think, is it 3 brothers? Yes, it's a book about 3 brothers who have intense bonds and looking at their family life and the love, this fierce love on the people we must become. The mythic effects of this fierce love on the people we must become. Okay, so opening line, what do we have? We want it more. Like, philosophically, theoretically, exponentially, there's something about it, but unfortunately, like, I do want to read more, but if I'm just taking we want it more, it's going to have to go last for right now. It's going to have to go last for right now, but it's going to have to go last, but it might come back. It might, there might be horrible things to come. Okay, so I'm Waiting for You and Other Stories by Kimball Young. It's a short story collection. Let's see. It's a science fiction short story collection. And it's also described as much of the best science fiction is coming from East Asia, and Kim's work ranks high in the emerging tradition. Okay, so let's see. I'm Waiting for You. His first letter is the first story. I said goodbye to the guys as they won't be seeing me until the wedding. Okay, yeah, that's Fortunately, I'm gonna have to go towards the bottom. I don't really have much to say about that. I don't really have much to say about that. Now, I have next, I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman. I've seen a lot about this book going around. Basically, there are 39 women living in prison in a cage deep underground. They're watched over by guards. The women have no memory of how they got there, no notion of time, and only a vague recollection of their lives before. So people love this, and so I'm expecting great things. Since I barely venture outside these days, I spend a lot of time in one of the armchairs rereading the books. Knowing the summary for the book, I like that line is interesting, but if you were just to like open the book, if you just pick this book off the shelf, like for the cover or the spine, and you opened it and that was the first line and you hadn't read the summary, a little lackluster. I'm gonna put it above I'm Waiting for You for now. Yeah, that feels right. Okay, then we have Vertical Motion by Kenju, which is another short story collection. So Kenju is a master of the dreamscape, crafting stories that inhabit the space where fantasy and reality, time and timelessness, the quotidian and the extraordinary meet. Okay, that sounds good. The first story is Vertical Motion. So we are little critters who live in the black earth beneath the desert. I don't like bugs. I don't like critters of any kind. This reminds me of a poem I wrote years and years ago when I was a child called Creepy Crawlies. And I'm not happy. I'm not happy about that line. It's okay. It's okay as an opening line. But where to put it? It's hard because like the summary of I Who Have Never Known Men is like overcrowding the fact that the line is kind of like blah. I'm gonna put it over that. I'm going to put it above that. Okay. The Most Precious Substance on Earth by Shashi Bhatt. Bright, hilarious, and sensitive, 14-year-old Nina spends her spare time reading Beowulf and flirting with an internet predator. Okay. So part 1, why read Beowulf? I started reading Beowulf about a week ago, not because it was on the syllabus, but because I am in love with my English teacher. Now, for me personally, I dig the line. I don't dig the circumstance, but I dig the line. I think I am drawn in to continue reading, to see what kind of shenanigans this girl's going to get herself into. So I'm going to put this, should it go above We Want It More or below We Want It More? I think I'll put it above. Above We Want It More. Yes, I like it there. I'm looking at this. Am I liking where this is? I think so. Okay, now we have James by Percival Everett. It is a brilliant reimagining of Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, both harrowing and ferociously funny, told from the enslaved Jim's point of view. I've never read Huckleberry Finn, so hopefully I don't need to when I do read this book. But let's see the opening line. I don't know if I should, there's like sort of like this like opening line from the, like, I guess it's like, it looks like a poem, but I guess it might not be. So should I count this as the opening line? Or should I count like the part 1 as the opening line? I'm going to count chapter 1 opening as the opening line. So those little bastards were hiding out there in the tall grass. I like the energy of it. It just feels, I don't know, there's like an immediate sense of the voice of the narrator, so I like it. I'm going to put it above, I'm going to put it above The Most Precious Substance on Earth. I'm going to put it above that. Let's see. Am I still, let's do a little check-in. Am I still feeling like Orbital is the best here? Yes, I'm gonna still say Orbital is the best. Yes, I'm still liking this. I'm still liking what we have here. Okay. So, Blood of the Old King, Sun Il Kim. So, this is a translation by Anton Her. In an empire run on necromancy, dead sorcerers are the lifeblood. Okay. And then, what do we have for the first line? When she came to, Lorraine found herself under the scrutiny of a dark red dragon with too many eyes. I really feel like this needs the whole first paragraph, like that whole first page to really, for that line to hit, because just reading it as it feels just very like, it could be any fantasy book about a dragon, you know? Like, it could be any dragon book, you know? So, for me, that's going to, I don't know if it should go above We the Animals or below. Like, cause I do think that line, I mean, it's good. It might be a little, I don't want to say cliche, but like seen before, done before, but it is an exciting line. It does get you excited. So I think, I'm going to put it under vertical motion. Okay, next we have January's by Olive E. Blake, which is a collection of stories that are contemporary heists, modified fairy tales, and absurdist poetry. And it also has beautiful art. So let's see. For the first story, which is Spring, the first line is, "There is a bridge that appears with every full moon." The art is beautiful. The art is beautiful, but let's look at what was the line for "I'm waiting for you." What was the line for "I'm waiting for you"? It was, "I said goodbye to the guys as they won't be seeing me until the wedding." And is that better than "There's a bridge that appears with every full moon"? There's a bridge that appears with every full moon. Ugh. I'm going to put it above this. Because, you know, it's a fairy tale collection. I want to know what's happening with this bridge. Why is it appearing more than I care about this wedding? So the next we have The Last Gifts of the Universe by Riley August. And it is a quietly profound story about grief, purpose, and our place in the universe. Let's see. A dying universe, a search for answers, an adventure at the end of a trillion lifetimes. When the home world finally achieved the technology to venture out into the stars, they found a graveyard of dead civilizations. Okay. First line. "You would think that while flying against a backdrop of foreign dying stars, the last thing I'd have to worry about would be cat vomit." For me personally, that's fun. I think that's a fun opening line. I think that's fun. So I don't think it's top of the line material. Ooh, I'm wondering if I should put it below or above James. Cat vomit. We're thinking about cat vomit. Is that better than bastards? Because that's something in the line, right? Those little bastards are hiding in the bushes. Ooh, I'm like, which one am I more intrigued to read? That's hard. Little bastards. Little bastards and cat vomit. That's tough. I feel like these two are pretty equal for me. But I'm going to put that under James for now. So next we have Even Greater Mistakes, stories by Charlie Jane Anders. So another short story collection. Let's see. Here's one of the strongest voices in modern science fiction. The writer called by Andrew Sean Greer, this generation's Le Guin. Oh, that's big. Those are big words. Let's skip the introduction. First story is called Even Greater Mistakes. I sat in a darkened theater and listened to LeVar Burton, reading As Good as New to a rapt audience, and I nearly melted into a fondue of imposter syndrome. I like the word choices in this. I don't know, like, how interested. I mean, I do feel a little like, what's going on? Why are we talking about LeVar Burton? But I like the word choice, like imposter syndrome, fondue. I like that. Melted, rapt audience, a really darkened theater. Like, the imagery is really nice here. What was the first line of Vertical Motion? I already forgot. Like, I feel like there's a definite, like, split here, right? Like, we want it more, like, right middle of the road, and, like, everything else is, like, and then up here is, like, really good. And I'm feeling like this is, like, pretty good, so I'm gonna put it under The Most Precious Substance. No. Is it? I mean, it's better than We Wanted More. So I'm gonna put it right there. And then we have a poetry collection called Nervous System by Rosalie Moffett. A moving and kinetic collection of poetry from the 2018 National Poetry Series winner. Unexpected, unusual, and stirring, the poetry of Rosalie Moffett takes us to the brink of a world continually unmaking itself. Okay, I like that. Let's see. First poem is What the Mind Makes. I close in on the room where she's been long forgotten. Long hair loose around her face, her mind sky, eye blue. A quiet brain full of sun. I close in on the room where she's been long forgotten. Long hair loose around her face, her mind sky, eye blue. A quiet brain full of sun. Wow. Okay. Obviously, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm gonna put it under orbital. Yes, that feels good. We have another poetry collection called Brute by Emily Skaja. Let's see. Do we have? Let's see. What happens when rage and grief transform us? When our bodily fury makes us feel animal. Okay. First poem is My History As. In my history, I was bones eating paper, or I was paper eating bones. Bones eating paper, or I was paper eating bones. There's always a line of abstractness where my mind just starts to, like, almost, like, leave my brain. And I'm feeling that. In my history, I was bones eating paper, or I was paper eating bones. Like, I don't know. I'm going to put it above We Want It More. But there is a level of track, like, because I think the image there is kind of, like, interesting, but do I get it? And I don't know if I do. So it's going to go there for now. Then we have Bull Moon Rising by Ruby Dixon. This is a romance. So, in a world of magical artifacts and fantastical beings, a woman determined to save her family joins forces with an unlikely partner, a minotaur, in this steamy romancy by USA Today bestselling author Ruby Dixon. Okay, this is the author of Ice Planet Barbarians, and you know, I liked it. I contain multitudes. Let's see. First line. The coach taking us to vast Warren City is creaky. The seating is uncomfortable, and I paid far too much for the ride. Okay, that's kind of, very plotty. It's a very plotty, like, first line. Is it better or worse than Blood of the Old Kings? I feel like this is like sacrilegious if I put Ruby Dixon above I Who Have Never Known Men, but it's not my fault. That they did the opening line here. I actually think it is. Let's see. I'm gonna actually put it under I Who Have Never Known Men, because it's just like very plotty. I feel like Blood of the Old Kings is also very plotty. It's a very plotty. Which, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I should I move I Who Have Never Known Men up? Let me read it one more time. Yeah, I'm gonna move it above. And is it better? Let's see. Better than The Critters. As you can see, I'm not a very definite person. Like, I feel I'm very easily swayed. So, actually, yeah, I'm going to put it, actually, oh my gosh, I'm having like a crisis inside my mind. I'm like, actually, is that better than We the Animals? I feel like it is better than We Want It More. Yeah. No, I think, yeah, okay, for now, I'm going to put it here. I'm gonna put it here. I'm losing my mind. Okay, Elif Shafak's 10 minutes, 38 seconds in this strange world. So, in the pulsating moments after she has been murdered and left in a dumpster outside Istanbul, Tequila Lila enters a state of heightened awareness. Her heart has stopped beating, but her brain is still active for 10 minutes, 38 seconds. Okay. I opened it and I read the first line in that half a second, and I know where this is going. I know where it's going. Her name was Leela. It feels wrong. Like, I have Ruby Dixon. I have a Minotaur romance above Elif Shafak, and that just doesn't feel right. So, but I'm not going to talk about it. Okay, we have Why Fathers Cry at Night by Kwame Alexander. A new memoir and collection of love poems by Kwame Alexander. Newbery medalist Kwame Alexander. In a powerfully intimate and non-traditional or new-fashioned memoir, Kwame Alexander shares snapshots of a man learning how to love. Okay, so this first one is like sort of like prose. We start with prose. So, carrying on. I was 2. You know, it's actually pretty good. It is actually good, kinda, because I want to know more. He was 2. What happened? What was, like, you're 2, and if you're remembering anything from 2, like, because, like, you're thinking that it's going to be a memory, right? So any memory from 2 has to be very, like, it has to be a very big memory for it to, like, stay with you at 2 years old, you know? But I was 2. I'm gonna put it above my name. Her name was Leela, okay? But I don't know if I can put it any higher than that. I don't know. Oh, please don't fall. Yeah, I think yeah, okay. Then, this is like the most newest edition, The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Ali Carter, a book of the month picked. So, Knives Out gets a rom-com twist in this rivals to lovers Christmas romance mystery from best-selling author Ali Carter. This is, there's some lint in there. This is, I don't usually read mystery, but I did want to read some Christmas book around Christmas time, so I picked this up. So, should I start with the prologue? I feel like, or should I start with the chapter 1? Like, that other book I didn't, but this says prologue. That other book just said from the notebook of, so I'm just going to read the prologue. Excerpt from the official police interrogation of Margaret Chase and Ethan Wyatt, December 25th. Mr. Chase, well, of course I have his blood on my hands. That's pretty good. Of course I have his blood on my hands. I like that, actually. Of course I have his blood on my hands. I'm going to put it, actually, of course I have this blood on my hands. Oh my gosh, this is, okay. I should, like, separate the stack, I feel like. But you probably want to see chaos, so I'll leave the chaos happening. Actually, I think of course I have this blood on my hands. I actually think that's, like, around here. English teacher or cat vomit. Of course I have this blood on my hands. Ah, that's fun. I'm gonna put it under the last gifts of the universe. I'm gonna put it there. All right. Last book. Men have called her crazy. Anna Marie Tindler. So this is the last one that can beat Orbital so far. I mean, Orbital did just win the Booker Prize, so you know, maybe it's deserved that it's at the top, but this is our last contender to beat Orbital. So it looks like I might be reading Orbital in the near future. So men have called her crazy. Anna Marie Tindler. So this is a memoir. Women displaying anger, even acknowledging anger, is deemed pathological. As a woman, I know this and have acted accordingly. In early 2021, popular artist Anna Marie Tindler checked herself into a psychiatric hospital following a year of crippling anxiety, depression, and self-harm. Okay, here we go. First, they take my suitcase away from me. I'm going to put it, first they take my suitcase away from me. I'm trying not to let the summary, tint how I feel about the first line. First, I let them take my suitcase away from me. First, they take my suitcase away from me. Actually, I feel like I'm going to put it under We the Animals, because there's something about the line "we wanted more." That's just such a snappy first line. And I kind of really like it. So I'm going to put it there. Alright, so let's see. Here we go. This is what we got. So we have Orbital, Nervous System, Blues and Stereo, James, The Last Kiss of the Universe, The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year, The Most Precious Substance on Earth, Even Greater Mistakes, Brute, We the Animals, Men Have Called Her Crazy, Vertical Motion, I Who Have Never Known Men, Blood of the Old Kings, Bull Moon Rising, January's I'm Waiting for You, Why Fathers Cry at Night, and 10 minutes 38 seconds in This Strange World. Okay, so I'm going to read Orbital soon. But thank you for watching. Let me know what you would have put first, if you would have changed any of the order of this. Yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, and see you next time. Bye.